Jonathan, firstly, welcome to the North East. Delighted to have you here for the launch of the new fund. From an EIB standpoint, what's your view of these sorts of investment funds and the impact they can have on economies and regional SMEs?
Well, I think the key point about funds like this, as indeed with lending generally, is that unlike a pure grant mechanism, it's something which we can recycle the funds when they come back. It's also something which we can build and target, I think, much more accurately, so that we can get as wide a spread possible of potential, for want of a better word, beneficiaries, people who will really benefit from the fund. And at the end of the day, it is a fund, and we are a bank. And we find that, so from our point of view, lending, which is what we're doing, is something which works particularly well in these sorts of instances. We work very closely with the EIF to ensure that there is complementarity in what we're doing rather than overlap. One of the great advantages of structuring it in this way with 5 different sub-funds is that those funds can be used in effect to target what you might call the ladder of finance and to cover the whole of the ladder of finance for companies which are at different stages in the growth cycle.
What we've tried to do here is to structure the funds in such a way that they can do equity, they can do debt, they can do mezzanine. Yes, they are, I guess you're absolutely right, looking at slightly different phases of development and to some extent slightly different types of business with their particular focus.
And it's very much in recent years that we have shifted, or perhaps I should say expanded, our offering to try to move towards smaller parts of the economy to target the innovative sectors. Having done what we can to help support the infrastructure, we now want to sort of help and encourage the businesses which will work within that infrastructure. And whenever we do anything, we do a study beforehand to look at the potential economic value added of what we're doing, so that we can really target some policy objective which we are seeking to achieve as a result of our involvement. We've done that with these sorts of funds, and we have clearly targeted significant potential economic benefit. And once we've done them, the proof will be in the eating, as it were, afterwards, and we'll be able to review what we're doing.
I think we are really trying to get the word to every corner of the North East and the North East region to say to companies, look, come along, hear what we have to say, contact the fund managers. The vast majority of SMEs will be able to access this funding in one shape or another if they have a sound business case, and we really want to hear from them. We've got, again, other events coming up in North Tyneside, Newcastle, Gateshead, so we're getting to every corner of the region, and I hope that we'll be able to really get entrepreneurs and companies thinking, you know what, with some investment I could go to the next level. We could really move this business forward.